The Class Notebook add-in in your OneNote class notebooks is a great tool that will allow you to easily distribute pages to your students' individual notebooks, as well as to create and distribute new sections to their notebooks. In addition to being able to distribute new sections and pages, you can also review student work so that you do not have to individually go into each student's notebook and look for the specific page that you want to review. The Class Notebook toolbar is not in OneNote by default. It is something that needs to be downloaded by going to office.com. Once you have this add-in, you will be able to use the three features that are distribute pages, distributing sections, and reviewing student work. So for instance here, in my content library, I've created a new tab or a new section called Schools Closed. By default, because I put it in my content library, it does not mean that it is now in my students' notebooks. I would need to give that section to them. So if I look in my students' notebooks right now, you'll see that that School Closed section is not there. If I would like to distribute a new section to all of my students at the same time, I would go up and click on the Distribute New Section button, and the first one that says Distribute New Section, and then I would name this. So if I wanted it to match the name of the section in my content library, I would just type the same thing, so Schools Closed. When I hit Create, this is automatically going to distribute that section to all of the students in my notebook. So if I click through, you'll see this new tab is here. Once you've created the sections for your students, now you might want to go and individually distribute pages. So let's say tomorrow comes and you want to create a new page with the date, and you give your students instructions and you want to distribute that to them. Now that I have created the new page and I want to distribute it to my students, I'm in the content library under my School Closed section and I select the page. I go up to the Class Notebook toolbar and I click the drop down for Distribute Page, and it's going to allow me to choose which section I want that page distributed to. So in this case, I'm going to distribute that page to the Schools Closed section in all of my students' notebooks. If I want to check to see if it's there, I could again click through my students, look in their notebooks, and then you will see this new page there that I just distributed. Now the students can go and work in here and you can provide them feedback. If you are looking for an easy way to review that page that you just sent your students, you can now use the Review Student Work bar. The Review Student Work works really well if you have distributed the pages and the sections yourself. If the students are just adding their own pages and sections, this tool is not going to work as well. So I would encourage you to begin with distributing pages and sections. Once you are ready to review the student work, you're going to click on the drop down and it's going to ask you which section that you would like to review. Being that I just distributed a page to their Schools Closed section, I'm going to click on the Schools Closed, and then it's going to show me all of the different pages that I've put into the Schools Closed section. So in this case, I will click on the plus for March 20th, and this is all of the students that's in my class and the page that I distributed to them. As I click through, it's going to bring me to each of their notebooks. Anytime that you see one of your students' name in bold, it means that they have recently done something in the notebook that you have not seen yet. So that's a really easy visual cue for you to know that they added something. So as you're going through and clicking on your students' notebooks, you can write them some comments, you can type some comments and provide them feedback. So the Class Notebook tool might be very helpful for you moving forward as you want to distribute content to your students.